Hello. So judging by the title of this video, I think you can assume that this is not a video about plants and it is a video that is about me, but really mostly it is about you. So I think most of you can already assume what this is about. I was brought up to speed this Tuesday. Today is Friday when I'm recording it, and I hope that this will also be published tonight. As most of you know, I published a video on the 13th of November about some of the challenges that I have been going through in the last month, and I did mention that quite a few recent months have been difficult, but it was kind of this thing that happened that I was like, really, come on, when will it end? So in that video I mentioned that my computer broke down that I use for editing. Well, it's the computer that I use for everything really, and it broke down in September and I could not use it. It actually had issues before that for a couple of months, where it was really barely usable, but then it finally kicked the bucket in September and it would not turn on. It completely had stopped working. And in September, I sold quite a few plants, quite a few of Hoyas and Aroids that I have that I share with my friend. As you know, a lot of the plants that I have are a shared collection. That is one of the reasons that I've been able to get so many in the past year. If you compare this, to prior years, you definitely notice that in the past year I've been able to get a whole lot more Hoyas, and that is the reason why. So I kind of have this thing with one of my best friends where we share the plant collection together, and recently I took over that collection, but we still share it. And when my laptop broke down, I sold quite a few of the cuttings from those plants and quite a few of rooted plants, so I could buy a new computer, which I did. And I mentioned in that video that after a couple of weeks of usage, that computer also broke down. There are just some things that I did not know about this computer. The seller was not fully transparent about them, about many of the things, and I actually don't even know if I still know the entire story because it got very complicated, very shady, and it still gives me a lot of anxiety, and I still worry what potentially might happen in the future. So it seems that the person who sold me the computer did not own it. He sold it for a friend, but I just found out when I took it for repair that even his friend didn't buy it. It was some sort of a debt repayment from a third person. It's very complicated, I cannot really even wrap my mind around it, and it would take just a long time also to explain what went down, and this is also just not the point of the video, but it's just a very complicated situation. The computer is in repair. I did get a call from the repair center recently that unfortunately they cannot save any of the files that I had, which I expected, and they have to replace every component in the computer. So that is the little update on that. I still have no idea when that will be solved. I have no idea what will happen after that, but that is kind of the update on that. Again, not to the point of this video, and I do apologize. What had happened and what I was made aware of several days ago on Tuesday is that there has been something going on which I didn't know about. So Betsy called me on Tuesday, or actually she texted me on WhatsApp because we talk every day, and she wanted to meet with me on Zoom. And I didn't really find it particularly weird because we sometimes do have Zoom talks, not very frequently, but sometimes they do happen because, there's just no need for them. We talk every day on WhatsApp, we send voice messages, videos, and whatnot. So I didn't find it that particularly weird, but yeah, she just wanted to meet on Zoom, and I assumed it was about something we have been discussing for December, which is related to both of our channels. And I also thought maybe it is something with her meeting with Jane for a podcast. Maybe she wanted to test the equipment out. I don't know. So I assumed it was about that. So when she started the Zoom call, she said she wants to record it just to see if everything is working properly, the microphones and whatnot. And again, I did not find any of this strange because we have attempted several times in the past to make videos together through Zoom. There are quite a few attempts actually, and none of them got published. I think you only saw 2, but we actually recorded a whole lot more than that. Again, not the point of the story, and I'm sorry it's taking me so long to get to the point, but midway through that meeting, she sent me a link and she wanted me to take a look at the link, so I did. And it is then when I became aware that there is a GoFundMe going on for me that she started, and it is for a new computer. And At that point, I think around 70 people had already donated. And so she created this all by herself. Unfortunately, the recording of that Zoom call could not be saved for whatever reason. I'm not really sure why. She isn't really sure why. She really wanted you to see the reaction, and there was a bit of crying, a bit of, puffiness, a bit of redness. I was just suddenly very hot, and it was just probably a very unarticulated reaction, unlike this, because this is very articulated, right? So what had happened is she started this GoFundMe a week before I even published that video, so I guess you all knew what was going on before I even told you. And she actually blocked me from seeing her Instagram stories. She also unfollowed me on Instagram, which I do believe is by accident. And I did not know any of this. And also Adam, Not Dude, and Rose, Yoga and Plants with Rose, they also shared the stories. And I don't even know if anyone else shared, but I was blocked by all of them. So thank you for blocking me. And the reason why they did this is so I wouldn't find out, because I think Betsy knows that had I found out this, I would have put an end to it, because it is not something that I would ever ask. It is not something that I would ever do. I'm just someone who doesn't really ask for help. Even when I need help, I don't really ask for help, and I don't really like to accept help. It's very difficult. My closest friends have struggled a lot to at times to get me to accept help. I'm very persistent. I'm not going to say stubborn. Very persistent in that I just don't do that. I do like to help other people. I will go out of my way to help other people, and I don't find that to be weird, but for whatever reason, which is probably a personal issue, I don't ask nor receive help, and it's very difficult for me to get over this, because I think there is a sense of shame attached to that, and self-worth, or I guess not being worthy of it and not being capable. And I never want to be perceived as someone like that, because we talk about plants all the time here, but I did quite a lot of things before for this, and I never really asked for help. I kind of am used to just doing everything by myself, and I was able to achieve many things by myself in the past, and that also includes buying the second computer, right? The one that is currently being repaired. I also kind of take pride in that, and maybe that's just wrong feeling, I don't know. But Betsy knows, and that is why she did it the way she did, that I would just never agree to it, never would have asked for it, and I would just end it right away. So that is kind of what has been going on. And I, in the past 4 days, can I count time? I don't know. I have been trying to kind of process this thing. Clearly, I have done a fantastic job at processing it, at getting used to this. I think that Betsy and a couple of people, because, also one of my closest friends donated to the GoFundMe, and he was terrified that I was pissed off, because my initial reaction was like, why did you not tell me about it? So it was not maybe the reaction that you expect, even though and I have not said this, but I just want to say that I'm very grateful, extremely grateful. But, because of the way that I am, I was also, there are conflicted emotions there, and I just didn't know really how to process it properly. But I just felt it is time to kind of sit down and try to make a short-ish video. I have no idea how long this is going to be. It might just go into a full hour video. Hopefully not, though. Let's try to keep it short. But I just felt it was time to kind of sit down, and because it feels weird not saying anything. It feels weird also saying something, because again, I I don't know, I wouldn't ever do it, right? But I just wanted to say thank you all, and I read the messages on the GoFundMe. I also received Instagram messages because I think on Tuesday Betsy also announced on her Instagram that, well, when she finally unblocked me, right, she announced that she did tell me, and I did receive wonderful, lovely, supportive messages from you. So thank you so much for that. And I just cannot believe that there are people out there who would do that, and I just, cannot believe that there are people out there with I guess as much empathy and kindness. I mean, I can't believe it. It's just, I never really, again, expect to be on the receiving end. It's the thing is, I never really expected even the channel to grow to the size it has grown. I never really expected any of it to happen. Never really expected to make this video in a million years, right? And here we are. So I just wanted to say thank you, and that I am beyond grateful. Clearly, I do not even have the words to express how much. I still have no idea what is going to happen, what is going on. The only thing that I know is that I have a video recorded for you that is coming out on Sunday. I'm actually editing it on temporary replacement. So I have that lined up. I actually have started to pre-record some of my videos and to plan them out a bit better, because I wanted to just bring you maybe more interesting, more fun content. So, I did not really like when I made that video a couple of weeks ago. Everything kind of happened, but I did not plan to make that video, but I also did not have a backup video, and there was not enough time for me to record something that would require more work, because, schedules and sponsorship deadlines and stuff. So I just kind of had to do what I can. To avoid this, I kind of created a plan all the way until January. We will see if it will work out, where I am, currently recording a couple of videos a week. And that worked for a week. And then, on Tuesday, when Betsy told me this, when was actually supposed to be my recording day, I just couldn't really compose myself enough to record a video that would be coherent and watchable. Yeah, I just wanted to say there are videos coming out that I think are going to be good videos. I think that you're going to like them, and they're all of them are about Hoyas. So you have that to look forward to. If I don't drive you crazy with Hoyas by the end of January, I have not succeeded, right? I'm still not really sure what is going to happen with the computer. We are talking right now if it would be possible for me to go and pick it up personally in France, in Lille, and meet Betsy as well. And the reason for that is because, well, one of the reasons also why I bought my computer through the website, which is similar to kind of like eBay in Europe and US, is the tax for these computers here is so high that something that costs $20 to $100 in the States, that is $2,500 in EU, and in Serbia that is like $3,200 or $3,400. So it's insane, which doesn't also make sense, because I think in the entire Europe we probably have one of the lowest incomes, but the tax on electronics is just insane. So anyways, what I'm trying to say here is that I guess I will most likely have to go to France to pick this up. It would be the cheapest option, and then bring it with me. Because again, it cannot be sent out here. The import tax would be, again, something crazy, $600 or $800, and that then we didn't really do anything. So that is what is kind of going on right now. I wish I had more words, better words to properly thank you, but I guess I don't know so many words. Humor as a defense mechanism, that's what that was. I cannot even begin to say how incredibly grateful I am, and still in shock, and this really feels unbelievable to me. And I just want to thank everyone who watches the channel, everyone who donated, everyone who is my patron, who has ever been my patron, and all of you who regularly watch. It's just also incredible people who have messaged me. Just, you are all amazing, and just thank you so much. And I guess that is all that I can say right now without turning this into more of a melodramatic video than it already is. As always, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and there will be more plant content coming soon, so don't worry, this is not going to become a regular thing. And just thank you once again. I am truly speechless. You have finally succeeded in shutting me up to some degree.